Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's daily devotional. So, our daily devotional today is actually going to come from an article that was posted 9 hours ago. Let me switch over to that. All right. So, tree struck, shattered by lightning outside Wisconsin high school video shows. Wautoma High School Principal Jennifer Johnson says students were amazed by the act of Mother Nature. So, I want to read the article because it goes well with the point I want to make. Distracted high schoolers may often find themselves staring out the window, but this time there was something to see. Underclassmen in Wautoma, Wisconsin were prepared to take a standardized test when lightning suddenly struck a pine tree outside their high school building on Thursday, Fox 11 reports. And this is a picture of the lightning strike. The flames scorched and shattered the evergreen outside Wautoma High School on impact, incredible video footage shows. No one was injured and the school was not damaged, Principal Jennifer Johnson said. That morning, freshmen and sophomore students were preparing to take the ACT Aspire test when the bolt suddenly struck just before 8:30 a.m. The principal said that the strike stole the students' attention and many were excited to witness such an amazing act of Mother Nature. The footage made its way, and this is the video here in a second. The footage made its way to the National Weather Service, and the Green Bay Outpost shared the video with a warning. You just never know when lightning will strike. And so they warn about being outside. And then one commenter of the video says, "Whoa, I'm sure the school kids will remember what they saw." Well, here's the video. And it is pretty cool regarding what happens. Watch this. Watch what happens when lightning strikes this tree. It's like the whole thing just collapses. Unbelievable. And if I'm a school kid and I see that, yeah, I'm distracted. So I read this article. I thought that was really cool. The video was neat. And I was thinking about the power of God. They talked about the power of Mother Nature, and they're a school and so forth. Maybe they can't mention God, but you start thinking about the power of nature that God has created. And Jeremiah chapter 10 has some interesting things to say. Jeremiah is in the midst of kind of comparing, contrasting ultimately the idols of man versus Jehovah. And we're just going to read verses 10 through 13. He says, "But the Lord is the true God. He is the living God and the everlasting King. At his wrath the earth will tremble, and the nations will not be able to endure his indignation. Thus you shall say to them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. He has made the earth by his power. He has established the world by his wisdom, and has stretched out the heavens at his discretion." And notice verse 13. "When he utters his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens. And he causes the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He makes lightning for the rain. He brings the wind out of his treasuries." And you see those little quotation marks because it's actually quoting from Job. And Jeremiah chapter 10 is kind of interesting because he's talking about God, and he's talking about the power of God, and certainly the power of God compared to lifeless, powerless idols. But notice it says he causes the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. The vapors. Think about that for a minute. And think about the water cycle and the role that evaporation plays. Obviously, we have clouds because the sun helps to bring about the evaporation of water, and then the vapors ascend into heaven, into the heavens, into the sky, and then ultimately, because of this process, we have storms. We have rain, we have lightning and thunder. He makes lightning for the rain, he brings the wind out of his treasuries. And I just think it's really important that when you see things like that, and you see the amazing power in nature, that we appreciate, that we take the moment to appreciate that God has set up this system by which these things happen, and that lightning is child's play for God. And the rains, the winds, I mean, you think about hurricanes and all the magnificent power. In fact, I was reading an article, I guess it's been a couple of weeks ago. They've actually found hurricanes in space now. It's obviously not the same thing as hurricanes here, but it's just the way the solar winds kind of take place. Sometimes hurricanes can happen in space via solar winds. And so it's really interesting, these cycles and these systems that God has put in place, that just shows that there is a huge dynamic that exists, a huge system and design that exists beyond our capacity to see sometimes. The ability to observe these things. In fact, that the whole water cycle, that was something that wasn't even scientifically developed until I think it was the 1600s or 1800s, something like that. I mean, thousands of years after this was written, that man figured out, hey, the sun evaporates water and it turns into clouds and yada yada yada. So I just think it's important for us to take a few moments, and when we have the opportunity to see God's power and to appreciate the fact that He's created all of these things for us. I mean, ultimately, He has created this entire universe and all the systems, all the laws that it obeys, the rules that it follows. He's created these things for us to appreciate His majesty, to appreciate His power and His creativity, and it just really makes you appreciate just how wonderful and powerful our God is. All right, that's it for today. That's the daily devotional. Just wanted to kind of, I saw that video and I thought, you know what a great video. I mean, obviously it's a tree, and for those of us who love trees, maybe we're a little sad by it because a tree died right there. But I mean, it died big time. But that being the case, I thought it was a great opportunity to kind of observe the power of God in nature. So appreciate everybody watching today. Keep in mind, we'll have another daily devotional tomorrow at 6:30, Lord willing. I will see you all then. Thanks, everybody.